Hi, this is Mashnu, and I want to play a 5 minutes game now. I'm going on holiday soon, tomorrow actually, so I won't be able to upload any chess videos the next weeks. And well, I did today. I wrote a blog article on my website, chessimprovement.net. So perhaps you would like to have a look at that. It's about how you can train yourself to improve your chess in a way that it doesn't cost you much time nor any money, because that's actually the main reason why many people don't work seriously on their chess improvement, is that they either don't have any money for that or don't have the time. So I just wanted to show you that there are ways to train that won't cost you much time nor money. So if you're interested in having a look at that, go to chessimprovement.net and read the first page. That's the weblog. Okay, so let's have a look what's happening here, because this is a 4 pawns variation of the King's Indian defense, and my opponent is rated 2119, and he is from Serbia. So let's see what happens here. By the way, I just played a game against a player rated 1800 something, and I gave my queen away. That was horrible. Okay, let's see. e5. I could play knight to b5 with the idea of taking on d6. That looks interesting. Knight b5. Yeah, knight b5. So he will need to play knight to e8 to defend e6, and then perhaps continue with f5, or knight to h5 to target f4 perhaps. Well, no, knight h5, I take on h5 simply, and then I take on d6. So after this, perhaps I could continue with queen to d2 and cancelling queenside, putting more pressure on d6. If he plays knight to e8 and queen to d2, okay, he's doing something else. So he's threatening now to take on e4 because my knight on c3 is pinned. And that means that I need to do something against this threat. Perhaps bishop f3. Bishop f3. If rook e8, then perhaps I can take on d6. If it then moves knight to e8, I could continue with c5 to support my knight on d6. Another idea, of course, is to play bishop to d2. I like more bishop f3 actually, although my c4 pawn is undefended, then queen to b4 can be annoying. So bishop d2. Yes, bishop d2 is safer, and we don't have much time for this game. Yeah, queen b6 preventing me from castling. I understand the idea. So queen c2, queen c1, queen c1 and bishop e3, queen c1, bishop e3. Knight d4, yeah, knight d4 is strong. Bishop e3 still, bishop to e3. Okay, now knight d5. You could take on e2, not check. Aha, b4 now. It takes. Wait a minute, what's happening here? Good morning. So, in one game I give my queen away, in the next one my opponent gives his queen away. Okay, let's play one more. Let's play one more and then upload this video. Okay, the Aliyev defense. Bishop g4. g6 or taking, no, knight c6 I believe is a theory. No, c4, knight b6. Yep, c4, knight b6. Now h3 I believe is a theory, h3. Knight c3. g6, bishop g7. I was thinking of taking on f3, and if f takes, then knight takes c4, but then there is bishop takes c6, check, b takes c6, and queen a4, attacking the knight and attacking the c6 pawn. So I prefer to try to castle first, because before I do this, if he plays a3 now, then I have to take on f3, I think. Or perhaps take, and then take on e5. So h3, take on f3, bishop takes f3, d6 takes e5. If he then bishop from f3 takes on c6 with check, I'll retake. And if he takes on e5, then I trade queens first, and then I take on c4, and later on e5 perhaps. Interesting ideas. And of course my strategical plan is to place my bishop on g7 to have more pressure against e5 and d4. Perhaps you recognize that when you play a higher rated opponent, you play better than when you play a lower rated opponent. Sometimes, at least it happens to me, that when I play a lower rated opponent, perhaps I underestimate their strength, and then I make silly mistakes. Well, perhaps this is what happened in the last game to my opponent, but he just wasn't paying much attention because he saw that my rating was a bit lower than his, but the difference is not that big. Well, let's see what happens here. Aha, he takes on d6, so I have to retake now. Let's retake with this pawn. So we have this beautiful open diagonal now. Okay. Okay, question. If I take on f3 now, if he takes with the bishop, then I go knight to e5. That looks correct. And if it takes now on c6, then I take with my bishop, and it's all safe, it seems. This is, by the way, the last game that I'm going to play, because I want to Okay, I see. If I take on c4, then take on c4, take on c4, queen a4, check wins my knight. So I have to move this knight now to d7, I think. To d7. Yeah. Okay, now bishop g7. Yeah, he wants to trade that one, but I don't want to trade my dark square bishop. That's my beautiful bishop. So what is he going to play? Queen to c2, queen to d2, and castling queenside perhaps? h4 is going for the attack. I don't want to. Interesting. Interesting. Rook to c8 perhaps. Oh, castling kingside, he plays h5. I don't like that idea. Perhaps I. Yeah, rook c8. I'll go for rook c8. Attacking the c4 pawn. He will play b3 now. Probably. He doesn't have much time, so that gives me some chances. Okay, and what's next? If I cast kingside, he will play h5. If I play h5 myself now, perhaps that's the way to stop this. He will have to prepare f5 by supporting with king d3 on a rook to c1. Let's see. Can I safely cancel kingside now? And I go with my king to h7. I'll have to try to open the center after this by playing e5 perhaps. Or first queen to d7. He has only 1 minute left, 50 seconds. So I can take my time to have a good look at this. He could play f5 right now. And then I play queen. Okay, he goes there. Okay, so queen to d7, defending b7 as well. My idea is to play e5. Okay, e5. If he takes en passant, I take with queen. And then the road is open to h3 with my queen, threatening to take on h4, threatening knight to g4 with mate on h2. It looks good. What if he doesn't take en passant? If he takes here with the f-pawn, that doesn't look very nice, so perhaps it's better to play e6. e6. Take. I'm not sure. Now, how about queen to h3 right now? Queen to h3, why not? Why not? Queen to h3. Yes, of course. This is simply correct. Now I take on h4. Knight to g4 is my next move. Okay, he prevents it, so I can take on f4 now with my queen, or do I have anything better than that? How about... no, that doesn't work. I thought about knight to g4. Then if he takes, take here, but it's defended. So, taking here. Yeah. So now this one is undefended. So knight to g4 is probably... yeah. Okay. No, I don't want to play another one, my friend.